Ready to absolutely master direct tax for your upcoming exams? Well, in this explainer, we're going to make the fundamentals so simple and so easy to remember, you'll be all set to score top marks. So, let's get right into it.
You know, it's a funny take on taxes, but let's be real. Understanding the rules of this game is serious business, especially जब आपके एग्जाम्स बिल्कुल सर पर हों. तो चलिए इन रूल्स को साथ में डिकोड करते हैं, so you can walk into that exam hall with total confidence. Alright, here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the big picture. फिर मिलेंगे हमारे key players से. उसके बाद we'll figure out how to keep score, and finally we'll uncover the one rule जो पूरा game बदल सकती है. This is really gonna help you connect all the dots.
So let's start with the most fundamental question of all. What exactly is tax and why on earth does the government collect it from us? Jello, let's find out.
Just think about it for a second. The taxes we all pay, they help fund the roads you drive on, the metro you travel in, even the hospitals that keep us healthy. It is quite literally the fuel that runs the entire country. तो आसान शब्दों में, ये एक compulsory financial charge है जिससे पूरा देश चलता है. Now this slide is really interesting because it highlights the core difference. देखो, direct tax में the buck stops with you. Simple. अगर मेरी इनकम पर टैक्स लगा, I have to pay it. मैं ये बर्डन किसी और पर शिफ्ट नहीं कर सकता. But with indirect tax, जैसे GST, it's more like a game of pass the burden that goes on and on until it reaches the final consumer. So remember, with direct tax, there's no passing the parcel. Okay, let's dive into the game of income tax. और हर गेम की तरह इसके भी players हैं, एक rule book है और हाँ, एक timeline भी है. So first up, let's meet the players. So the very first player is the person. And let me tell you, ये definition आपके exam के लिए an absolute must remember है. So when you see the word person in your exam, please don't just think of an individual. You've got to think bigger. For instance, a company like Reliance, that's a person in the eyes of the law. And so is a local authority like the Delhi Municipal Corporation. Even your university is a person. क्योंकि ये सब income earn कर सकते हैं, and therefore they can be liable to pay tax.
So, here's the crucial point. Imagine you're a student with zero income right now. आप एक person तो हैं, but you're not an assessee. The moment you start earning and become liable to pay tax, boom, you transform into an assessee. It's a really simple yet vital distinction for your exams.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the whole timeline concept. You see, in income tax, दो साल बहुत important है. The previous year and the assessment year. Let's break down what these terms actually mean. It's really simple when you think about it. You work hard all year through an internship to earn money. That whole year is your previous year. और अगले साल जब आप बैठकर हिसाब लगाते हो कि कितना कमाया और उस पर कितना टैक्स बनेगा, well, that's your assessment year. See? Simple.
Alright, now this is where her rubber meets the road. I want you to pay close attention here, because this section on tax calculation is almost guaranteed to be on your exam. Let's see how the scoreboard works.
आपकी इनकम कहीं से भी आए, it doesn't matter. The Income Tax Act उसे इन 5 heads में classify करता है. For example, your internship stipend, salaries में आएगा. अगर आपके पास एक घर है जिसे रेंट पर दिया है, तो वो इनकम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी में जाती है. स्टॉक्स बेचने से प्रॉफिट हुआ, that's capital gains. और इन सबका टोटल, that becomes your gross total income or GTI.
So, once you have your total taxable income, you just apply these rates. Now, take a good look at these slabs. Can you see the pattern? The tax rate goes up as the income increases. This is what we call a progressive tax system. The more you earn, the higher your tax rate becomes.
This is a funny but a very, very accurate way to think about surcharge. जब आपकी इनकम एक certain high level क्रॉस कर जाती है, तो गवर्नमेंट बेसिकली कहती है, hey, you've made it big, now pay a little extra. So, surcharge is basically a tax on tax. It's not that complicated. Let's say your income tax comes out to be 20 lakh rupees and your income falls in the 10% surcharge bracket. तो आपको 20 lakh के ऊपर 10% यानी 2 lakh rupees extra as surcharge देना होगा. It's a tax on tax reserved only for the high earners. And finally, there's one last component. आपके final tax amount पर, यानी surcharge add करने के बाद, everyone, and I mean everyone, pays a 4% health and education cess. ये एक small percentage है, sure, but it goes directly into funding our country's health and education infrastructure for a better future for all of us. Now that's a really important question, right? इतनी सारी calculations के बीच, does the government give any kind of relief?
कोई छूट to people with lower incomes?
Absolutely. और इसका नाम है rebate under Section 87A. Please remember Section 87A. It's a massive game changer for small taxpayers. And trust me, it's a super hot topic for your exams. इसकी वजह से the default tax regime में 7 लाख तक की इनकम पर जो टैक्स बनता है, it effectively becomes zero. You have to know this inside and out.
Okay, let's move on to our final section. Here, we'll see how this one single factor, your residential status, can completely flip your tax calculation. It really is a game changer. Look at this slide very, very carefully. Think of a resident as having a kind of global tax net. It catches all their income, no matter where in the world it's earned, चाहे India में कमाया हो या USA में. A non-resident, on the other hand, has a much smaller net that only catches their Indian income. It's a huge, huge difference.
So the big question is, resident बनते कैसे हैं? Well, the simplest and most important condition is this 182-day rule. अगर आप एक फाइनेंशियल ईयर में 182 days या उससे ज़्यादा इंडिया में रहते हैं, you become a resident. So if you're planning a long vacation abroad, you might want to keep this rule in mind. The taxman is literally counting your days in the country.
So, to sum it all up, we've seen that it's your residential status, your physical footprint in India, that ultimately defines the final tax print on your global income. I really hope this explainer has given you a solid foundation for your exams. Now go out there and ace them. All the very best.